Hey there, fellow trumpet friends. Got a tip I want to share with you today, and then also kind of a shortcut. So one of the things that I've been working on over the last, I don't know, year or so, whatever, is this thought, and I've shared it in the videos before, but just this thought of the lips not pulling back and resisting this way, but instead providing resistance by kind of like a thicker aperture. Pops calls it an aperture tunnel. Larry Merrick talks about that as well. But one of the keys with, you can't just, it's not a pucker so much, and so the key is really trying to get that feeling right. One of the things that I've noticed, or one of my keys, the things that I feel, is when I've got that feeling right, I sort of feel like I can feel the ridge of my lip here, kind of, not the red part, but the right where it turns white. I almost feel like I can feel it resting inside the mouthpiece rim. Okay? So that's kind of the key. And so for warming up, what I'm trying to do is get everything loose and forward so that works. And I heard from a few people talking about using a didgeridoo. This is a travel didgeridoo. You can get the long, you're probably more familiar with the long tubes. But this basically does the same thing. And you basically, the way it works is sort of this ideal trumpet embouchure. You just kind of pucker your lips together, take a big breath, and blow. So that wee, oh yeah, I'm just making that sound with my tongue. That's my tongue flat. But it won't, this has to be pretty open and forward. If you don't do it right, you don't get that sound. So if it's too closed and tight, it's like a buzz, which is not what the didgeridoo is. And if it's too open, like the air just flies away, right? So it's just that perfect position. And when I start with this, the first thing the way I start it is I just take my tongue and it kind of gets that set. And now when I play the trumpet, I'm using something similar. It's a little bit more firmed up because I'm not playing pedal C's or whatever pitch this is. But it's something that's very, 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 very similar to that. Here's the trick though, and I saw this from my buddy Joe Metzer, who's a fabulous trumpet player in the Tulsa area, and I saw this years and years ago when I was still in college. And he showed me this, but I couldn't figure it out. And this is a helpful workaround if you don't happen to have a didgeridoo, okay? But most of us have one of these. Now, if you don't recognize this is the stem out of your Harmon, if you've got a Harmon that has the stem. And the diameter of this is larger than a didgeridoo, but it's close enough for what we're trying to do, right? Now, I will tell you that this opening is massive, and so what you'll need to do is cup it with your fist, or even you can even almost block the entire thing off. But you'll need some resistance to blow against, otherwise it's very difficult. You can let your inner tuba player out right now. So I've noticed I get the best result, feels more like the didgeridoo, if I'm almost basically closing it. And the air is coming out through the sides here because this isn't like the greatest rim or whatever, and there's a little sneaking out the bottom, but I'm trying to close it. It's giving me the best resistance. And then once I get warmed up where that feels good, then when I put the trumpet on my face, and you might want to start with just the mouthpiece or whatever, or the mouthpiece and lead pipe, it's up to you. But the first thing I'm doing is I'm sticking my tongue through, because I'm trying to get my lips to kind of scoop forward a little bit. And I just want to get that feeling. Get that feeling of that upper lip kind of resting inside of there. That ridge is inside. Now, I'm going for that air first in sound because I want everything to be really relaxed and loose. And when I want it to turn into a buzz, I'm just firming up a bit here. Okay? And so then I'll do that, and then I'll usually, right now, lately, I've been just getting into doing some flow studies again, which is what I did through college. So I'm going to make sure the feeling's good. I like to do pedal tones because I feel like it helps to get more of that lip forward position. And you'll just go through that series. And that's been a great way for me to warm up and kind of get my lips in position. So if you have a didgeridoo, give that a shot. And I love the didgeridoo because the tone, when you hear the tone, you know your lips in the right position. And frankly, it's kind of fun. If you don't have a didgeridoo, or if you're like me and need to be able to do this some, but don't want to take a didgeridoo to the gig, then your Harmon stem is perfect. So my friends, I hope that helps you. This is just the stuff that I've been working on that's been helping me lately, and I wanted to share it with you all in hopes that maybe it might enlighten a few of you or open a few, not enlighten, but maybe open a few doors for you and help you guys as well. So if you have any questions or feedback, feel free to leave them in the comments. And otherwise, happy trumpeting.